Good morning, guys. So today we're gonna try to draw the running people using the word run. So make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen or a marker, and we'll get to it once you have those items. And I'll be back in about 20 seconds just to make sure everything is set up and nice and ready. But get yourself some paper, get yourself a marker, and we're gonna draw the run. All right, so I got my marker and I have my paper. So the first thing we're gonna do is write the word run. So let's go ahead and do that. R U N. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. Yep, it says run. And after we write the word run, we're going to take from the U, we're going to merge it with an N, and the R, we're going to give it a little stick to the left. So now it should look like that. And after you do that, you move a little line going all the way down more, and give it like a little connecting to the R. And then you go down from the U and connect it with the N, similar to the R. And then from the from the R, you're going to go down a little bit from the side and go up. You see? So now they're both look like they have little U's and N's next to it. And then now it looks like a little leg. And then you give the next one down and make sure you give them a little shoe. So we're going to do the same for the next one. We're going to move the camera down a little for you guys. There you go. And then, so it looks like legs running, but don't forget we also have to give them a little head. So there you go. So now out of the word run, we made running people. Now I'm just gonna give him some little eyes. This one's sad because he has to run. This one's happy because he likes running. Little sweat. So that's it, guys. We have our running characters using the word run, and today is a beautiful day to go for a run or go ride your bike because it's nice and cool outside. So the weather's not going to be too bad today. So make sure you guys are ready to do the exercises. So we're going to be doing arm rotations, neck rolls, and lunges. Let me get that set up for us. Alright guys, so make sure you guys are ready to do the workout. The weather is going to be about 73 degrees, the highest. So today is a nice day to go ride your bike. Corey, we saw your bike. It was amazing and everything you had in the back. The really cool action figures or plushies. So let's get ready to do the workout. don't forget, we're still doing Google Meet at 9 a.m. and at 11:30 a.m. still. So if you want to jump in again at 11:30, you can do that. If you need the code, call us. We'll give you the code. But let's do a little bit of stretches before we do the workout. And personal best challenge is still going on. So you can do that while you're with us through Google Meet. So arm rotations are this week's personal best challenge. And let's get ready for the workout.
What's up? We're gonna wake our bodies and our brains up with a good stretch. You ready? Let's get that neck rolling.
So don't go too fast for neck rolls. Just do it at your own pace or not too hard so you don't mess up your neck.
And reverse.
Other side.
Reverse again.
The other way.
And once more.
Now back to the left.
All right, let's get some arm circles.
Arm circles to the front. Come on.
And reverse.
Reverse. Don't forget to breathe. Get a good
Arm
stretch.
circles, this is arm rotations for us.
Forward.
Personal best challenge. Make sure you do this.
Reverse. Get a good stretch. Good stretch.
All right, we're gonna cross our arms over our body. Feel the stretch in your back.
Feel the stretch. Stretch it out. To the right.
Very good. Now we're gonna go down to the center and stretch our legs.
I don't know if you
To the
guys can see me,
side.
but
To the side.
going down to the
other
center to
side.
stretch our
To the other
legs.
side.
Back to the center.
Stretch it out.
To the side.
To the side. Come on.
The other side.
To the other side.
And a few more times.
Stretch it out. You got this. Come on. Stretch
Once
it out.
more.
To the side. To the other side. To the middle.
All right, we're gonna get a couple lunges to stretch the legs out here and warm up our leg
Some lunges,
muscles.
We're
guys.
doing lunges right now. Come
So,
on.
turn
Stretch
around,
those
go
legs
forward.
out. Down. Down. Come on. Stretch it out.
Couple more, guys.
Couple more lunges. You can do it. Come on. Stretch it out.
All right, a few arm circles get loose. We're gonna do some knee raises across our body. Here we go.
Come on. Stretch it out. Come on.
Switch.
Lift up the knee. Lift it high. Let it meet your elbow.
Switch.
Come on. You got this. You were born to do this.
Switch.
Come on.
Switch. That was a great stretch. Now you're ready to get back to class and do your thing.
So I'm definitely awake now. If you're tired, make sure to go drink some water. Make sure to wipe the sweat off your face. I'm gonna go get some water and I'll be back in 20 seconds. So I have my water with me.
Our body has
So we're gonna learn about
be 700 muscles can divide
Muscles.
into 3 types: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Skeletal muscles are voluntary muscles, which means that we can actively control their functions. They are attached to our bones, and they allow us to move. Skeletal muscles often exist in pairs, so when one muscle contracts, the other relaxes. Next, smooth muscles. Smooth muscles are involuntary, so they are not under our conscious control. They are found within certain organs, blood vessels, and airways. First, smooth muscles may facilitate the movement of blood by changing the diameter of the blood vessels. Smooth muscles may allow for the internal movement of food. And also, smooth muscles control the movement of air by changing the diameter of the airways found in our lungs. Cardiac muscles are found solely in the heart. They make up the walls of the heart and cause the heart to contract. They are involuntary muscles, so we never have to think about making our heart beat. There are certain fibers of muscles: striated, smooth, and cardiac. Striated fibers are skeletal muscles, and they appear to be striped, so they are called striated muscles. Stri is a Latin term for meaning striped. Smooth muscle fibers are also called visceral muscle, and vis is Latin term for internal organs. It is a named smooth muscle because it does not have the striped appearance of a skeletal muscle. And then cardiac muscles are similar to skeletal muscles because cardiac muscles are striated. However, they are shorter than skeletal muscles, and they usually contain only one nucleus. All muscles have 4 common characteristics: contractibility, excitability, extensibility, elasticity. Contractibility is when a muscle shortens or contracts. Typically, as your muscle contracts, one of the bones will move and one will stay stationary. Excitability, for a muscle to contract and do work, its cells must be stimulated, most often by the nerves supplying it. Nervous impulses cause the release of a neurotransmitter, acetylcholine, at the nerve-muscle junction, and this activates receptors on the surface of the muscle cell, making the muscle contract. And finally, extensibility is the capacity to lengthen or stretch. Your muscle cells can be stretched to about 3 times their contracted length without rupturing. Elasticity means that the muscles can be stretched or contracted by some amount above or below its resting length without damaging it. It will return to this resting length once the stimulus for stretching or contraction is removed. And finally, do you know what?
So, I know that was a lot of big words, but it's mostly giving us examples of different muscles in our body. Some contract, some are smooth muscles, like in our lungs. So they help us breathe. But to make sure our bodies are nice and healthy, we have to work out every morning or do some form of exercise. Going for walks, riding our bikes, drinking lots of water, eating healthy. So be sure to do all of those things. And don't forget, you still have to wash your hands every time before and after you eat, so you don't get sick. And the next videos are going to be for employment training. Yesterday we did 2 segments where it was the wrong way to apply for a job and the right way. Today we're going to learn the wrong way to do an interview and the right way to do an interview. So stay tuned.
You may be fortunate
Wrong
enough
way
to
to
have been
interview.
granted an interview, but by no means does this mean you'll get the job. Take a look at how these interviews were blown.
Hey, what? Is everything okay? Yeah. Okay. Okay, what else? Go. Come on in. Oh, no, I'm still coming. Oh, okay. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm Jake.
Okay.
I am 29 years old. I like to.
I have a resume.
Do you have that
My
resume?
dog chewed it up.
What's this job again?
Excellent. All right. Stephen, what do you consider to be your greatest strength?
I get along with people.
Oh, I mean, I could deliver mail and do that.
Playing basketball.
Whatever this job is doing, I'm good at it.
How about a weakness you might have?
None.
Okay.
Just don't go coworkers. Sometimes I'm late for work.
Guys.
Guys.
Okay. Jesse, why do you think you want to work for this company?
I would want to work for this company because I can make paper airplanes. I can make paper origami. And we can sell the origami.
So you think that'll be helpful for the Melanie position?
Yes.
I need to pay my mom a lot of stuff. I need to give her money for lots of stuff.
Money. Okay, so money is why you want to work for us? Okay. How would your last employer describe you?
The guy was a nutcase.
She hated me.
Hated you?
Yeah.
Any particular reason why she might have hated you?
She was just jealous because it was beautiful and she wasn't because it was ugly.
My last employer was to describe me by, they would say that I'm late, but I'm sometimes there.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. Have you ever had a disagreement with your coworker?
Well, when I had a disagreement with them, I kind of fought them because the coworker had said something about me.
Okay. How'd that end for you? You still have that job?
No, I did not
You do not have that job. That's shocking. Okay.
Let's just say I didn't handle it too well.
Maybe, well, I don't know if I should even ask, but do you have any questions for me?
No.
No. When do I get paid?
Okay. I think we'll end it there, and thank you for coming. I appreciate that there. It's good. Oh.
Yep.
Good. Nice meeting you. This month, yep. It's nice to, okay, good. Nice to see you. Just follow the door out that way. Okay. See you. Maybe we'll contact you. Nah. Okay, good. Cindy will show you the way out. Take care. All right, take care. Very well. We'll show you the way out, okay? Okay, thanks so much for coming. Yep, not a chance. Not a chance. Okay. Take it easy.
First of all, the candidate keeping the interviewer waiting, not off to a good start. And no handshake, weak handshake, and fist bumping? You've got to be kidding. Gum chewing, acting bored, giving short one-word answers when the employer is looking for information about who you are. None of these are good. And if you do no research on the company and ask no follow-up questions of the interviewer, you show you are not truly interested. And how about this one?
Oh, hi there. Are you here for an interview? Yeah, I am. Yeah. Enjoy.
Too much cologne is not a good thing when you're going to an interview. Just a touch or simply a shower and clean clothes would have been enough.
So that was interviewing the wrong way. So not dressing appropriately, answering with one short answers. Like if they ask you something about yourself and you just say yes or no, you're supposed to go in depth of what you bring to the table. So those are things not to do in an interview. And one of the big ones is having your resume. So you should have your resume with you so you can present it to them and they can look over it and see if you're a right fit for the job. But a lot of the times it's mostly who you are as a person. So just being there, being on time, firm handshake, well, not anymore handshakes, but just being yourself, being honest, knowing about the job, and that'll give you more chances to get the job. Now we're going to see how to do it the right way.
Hi, Jared.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Why don't you come on in and we'll do the interview, huh?
Great.
Steven, could you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure, Jason. I am currently in high school and I've participated in various clubs and activities such as band and the musicals and stuff like that. I hope to graduate in 2 years or so, and I hope to go to college to obtain a degree in music composition.
Okay, excellent, thank you. Jared, why are you interested in working for this organization?
Well, I've heard lots about the reputation of this organization, and I'm really excited to be a part of that. I enjoy, as I said, making a difference in the community and for the members of our local society. So I'm interested in being a part of that.
Okay, great, thank you. Julian, what do you feel are your greatest strengths?
I'm very organized. I have very great company skills. I am a team player, and I'm a reliable worker.
Great, thank you. What do you think might be a weakness of yours?
I'm not as comfortable with new Microsoft Office software, but I'm going to the library looking up books and asking for help when I need some.
Okay, great, thank you. Jake, why do you want to work for this organization?
I did a lot of research on it, and I feel that it's the best fit for what I want to do in the new media field. I feel that if given the chance, I will not disappoint. This company is just an overall great company because of their innovative steps that they took toward film production, and I just feel it'll be a great opportunity to work here.
That's great, thank you. Shanique, how do you feel school may have prepared you for this position?
I had to do a lot of assignments and accomplish a lot of goals, and I think that school and work are similar. So I believe that my assistants were very sharp.
Okay, great, thank you. Jared, can you tell me about a time you may have had a conflict with a supervisor or a coworker? And if so, how did you handle that conflict?
Yeah, absolutely. I have had conflicts in the past, where it's usually a miscommunication kind of thing, but my approach is the things I try to do are just talk to that person directly instead of going through the grapevine, so to speak. I do like to, just go right out to the coworker and mention the thing that's bothering me, and then we'll try and talk it out and get through it. Sometimes we agree, and sometimes it's a disagreement still, but we just work through it.
Okay, great, thank you.
What a difference a great interview makes. Arriving on time with a firm handshake, simple, dressy clothes, no gum, cell phones off, prepared with a portfolio. Notice how the interviewees pay attention to the interviewer and show their interest. The answers to the interview questions, too, were all examples of the types of answers employers are looking for from potential employees. And note everyone had their portfolio. It can be one of your most valuable tools. In your schools, faith communities, and neighborhoods, you engage in activities that teach the very qualities employers seek: dependability, honesty, punctuality, leadership, and initiative. Some of you have even received certificates, awards, positive letters, and honors that can be used to your advantage. You stand out when you bring all of this information to an interview in the form of a portfolio. A portfolio is a place for you to show the skills, strengths, and talents employers want.
So those were great examples on how to do an interview properly. dressing up nice or in a casual form, getting there on time, knowing about the company you're applying for, answering questions right when they ask you something about the company or why would you like to work for us. You answer them with enthusiasm and why you want to work there and how your skills can be used for that company. So those were really great examples of how to do an interview properly. And tomorrow we're going to continue on the segment of these and doing the job right. And for the next and last segment of the video, it is education. So we're going to learn how ears work. So if you've ever wondered how sound and how your ear makes things sound, we're going to learn that right now. So stay tuned for how your ears work.
The ears collect sounds and turn them into messages for the brain to interpret. They also send information about balance to the brain. 3 sections of the ear work together to make this happen. They are the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The outer ear is made up of the pinna and the ear canal. These parts gather sounds from the environment and funnel them into the middle ear. The middle ear takes these sounds and turns them into vibrations. Sounds that come into the middle ear hit the eardrum, causing it to move. The eustachian tube helps the eardrum to work well by keeping the air pressure balanced on both sides. When the eardrum moves, it makes 3 small bones called ossicles vibrate. The vibrations are then sent to the inner ear. The inner ear receives vibrations and changes them into messages that go to the brain. These messages are called nerve signals. The inner ear is made up of the cochlea and the vestibule, which includes the semicircular canals. The cochlea has fluid in it that moves like a wave. This happens when vibrations come in from the middle ear. The moving fluid causes hair cells to make nerve signals about sound. Semicircular canals also use moving fluid to create nerve signals that help with balance. Then, the signals from the cochlea travel along the auditory nerve. Signals from the semicircular canals go along the vestibular nerve. These 2 nerves come together and lead to the brain. There, the brain decodes the signals to get information about sound and balance.
So that was the last segment of how ears work for our videos for today. And that was very informative. I didn't know a lot about that. So now we know that ear travels into our ear canal, and our ears has little tiny hairs that pick up vibrations, which translates them into sounds for our brain. So with that, I would like to let you guys know that we're still doing the personal best challenge. We're doing arm rotations, and we have Google Meet at 9 a.m. and at 11:30 a.m. So if you want to jump back into Google Meet, we'll be on at 11:30. We'll do so a little bit about what we did earlier this morning. We're going to include this YouTube segment, and we're going to also be talking about a lot of the things that we're going to be doing later on. But thank you guys for joining me, and I'm going to get ready for the Spanish segment. So if you want to watch the Spanish segment, make sure to stay on at 10:30. And yeah, see you guys at 11:30 on Google Meet. And if you need the code, go ahead and call us, call the office or call my cell phone if you have my number. But thank you guys for joining me today. I'll see you at 10:30 for the Spanish segment and at 11:30 for Google Meet.